The book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Okay, first and foremost, I like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rekahakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to the Akam that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then those that cleave to the body. All right. And this lesson will be about, as you see, I have the article entitled, "They Have Screwed Each Other." Trump said to be very disappointed with Netanyahu after being missold on easy Iran war. Okay. And I started off with that because, NATO and the EU, all right, starting with America, all right, it's gonna be, miry clay, all right, and they gonna cleave one to another, all right, but they gonna end up hating each other, okay, which I'll get that in Revelation 17, okay, a little bit down the line, but I won't get into. I'm gonna read a little bit of it, and I'm gonna also play because America done played their hand wrong, man. Okay, they done made some people mad in different places, which, once was allies with them, man. Like it says in our Revelation that at once NATO and the EU carried the whore, all right, and then they despised her, all right, which goes into hate. And this, we live in that real time, all right, as you say in these prophecies, man. People not these other nations that's joined to America, okay, they just tolerating America, man. America is no longer respected, all right, in the eyes of the other nations, man. Okay, due to their ill dealings, riches, God by deceit, and amongst other things, democracy, all right. At this point, part of hating the whore is the disrespect that America is going to receive, man. Netanyahu, he breaking ceasefire orders. Soon as Trump come back, make a statement, say, hey, we made a good deal. Next thing you know, Israel striking Iran, something is happening, man. It says, let's get into some of this. It says Donald Trump is apparently not happy with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and they supposed to be, on the same team, all right, and join together, all right, to do battle, all right. And what has happened here is what you see is part of America just pretty much losing their grips, all right, or have lost their grips due to respect, man, because of certain situations, them not making good on things that they say they'll do, help, resources, all right, amongst other things. But this is all part of the fall, all right, of the strength of the great whore. Okay, it says Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who can blame him? Credible reports from multiple sources say Netanyahu personally sold Trump a line of defeating Iran, said it'd be an easy war that boasted his popularity and granted him a place as one of the America's greatest presidents, right? Sold a whore, just for the help, or whatever they got, they could get up out of him. It says, Alon Pinsky, former Israeli diplomat, said Netanyahu gave Trump the following sales pitch. The Iranian economy is in shambles. The people are on the precipice of revolt. The revolutionary guards are losing control. Life in Iran is intolerable. This is our time. What we could do together is bring down a regime. Think that together jointly we can win the war 3-4 days, right? And America backs up Israel, okay? They got certain, financial ties and, to America, and, America support them, send money daily to them, for that fake Holocaust that happened, amongst other things, all right, yearly. Okay, they just have a relationship with Israel. It says Netanyahu is also said to have leaped upon Trump's Venezuela raid, saying Iran would be similarly easy. All right, which, they know Iran, China and Russia and, these different allies to Iran, they know that wasn't going to be easy. That's why they saved that one. They saved the hardest for last. All right, those 7 countries in 5 years. He said to him, look, what you did in Venezuela was painless. And Venezuela can't fight back, like Iran can. They ain't nuclear capable, to the degree of which Iran is, man. Being backed up by China, funded with China, helped. Okay? It says it was effortless, it was beautiful. You changed the regime. I don't know if you've noticed, but things have exactly worked out the way haven't worked out the way Netanyahu said they would. His easy war almost instantly became extremely difficult. And as the months stretch on with no strategic goals achieved, Trump is now said to be very disappointed with Netanyahu. Well, America lies to everybody, right? Now, this is what I want to get to the point. This is about to hate the whore. Once I play this video, all will be well, okay?
I said, look, Netanyahu hates you. You know that. They don't like each other at all. The people pushing you toward this would include Rupert Murdoch, who despises you. Trump knows that, of course. Mark Thiessen has always hated you. Ben Shapiro, they hate you. Mark Levin hates you, has always hated you. Yes, the people pushing you.
And these are people in high power in places, man. You got these, Tucker Carlson, all right, where he's a accredited Edomite, that speak on geopolitical affairs and different things of that nature. But, he's calling a spade, man, because prophecy going to have it to where, all right, America just going to be hated regardless of what they do or what they don't do. And this is the truth.
I said this right to his face. The people pushing you to do this want to destroy you, and they're doing it on behalf of Israel.
So they're using the whore. Because remember, America allies going to turn against them. All right, they're going to use the whore for their resources, their weaponry. Okay, and what it's going to do is going to weaken the whore, man. Okay, America's still going to have their supplies and different things of that nature where they going to get off. When the world's war started and everybody be up against each other, but ultimately they'll put them in places to spin and expel a lot of their weaponry, their strength. All right, and that's how you break a kingdom down. You weaken the whore first.
Israel, whose goals include getting the United States out of the Middle East. They don't want the U.S. in the Gulf.
Because wherever they at, they debt and hell follow, man. It's all hell done broke loose. Once America got in the regime or with these different places in Ukraine, all right, and Zelensky got issues with Trump too. One time he was asking for military aid, and Trump was just like, hey, we didn't send enough. Y'all kind of on y'all own, and there's a lot of back and forth. So Zelensky came to the White House and was, Trump basically was telling him, hey, chill out. Like, hey, who the hell you think you is, man? So it's all kind of conflict and inner fightings, amongst the allies, of America. But it's all done for prophecy sake that America could be destroyed.
Because it strengthens the Gulf
They don't like our friendships there.
They don't like our friendships there at all. Because
America, even with that Ukraine-Russia fight, right? Obviously, Ukraine was part of Russia, all right? But America is really trying to get, position themselves within that war. Or force that battle, all right, because they need to set up their nuclear silos, closer to Russia, man, rather than shooting them from afar. They need to get on that border right there, man. And there's a struggle, and Russia is aware of what they're doing, all right. That's why Russia is always occupying their border, all right, to keep America for getting one-ups on them, and right there in Ukraine, that's very close to home, all right. It's easy to hit you while you closer than further. All right. Let me play this with Zelensky. This was about a year ago, too. All right. Oh, what the hell? God damn. Let's see if I can pull it up here. this way.
President, do you disagree that you've had problems?
But he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is.
And look at this devil Trump with the Vesica Pisces. Look at his hand, man. It's all staged and bullshit. He don't care about anything, man. But fulfilling the thoughts, and the plans of the elites, man.
You bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems with bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have a nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless. You don't know that. God bless.
See that? Their comfort is being stripped from them. All right. Now, obviously, the virgin daughter of Babylon hadn't really felt no real fire, destruction that they didn't put on. They didn't wreak havoc upon these other nations, these weaker nations. All right, but now those weaker nations are saying they're strong because they have up their strengthened their nuclear capability. All right, and they're ready to point their arrows at the whore, and the whore gonna get burnt with fire, man.
You're not blessed. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're gonna feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're gonna feel.
I'm not telling you.
You see that pride? You see? All right, and they pride gonna be brought low. All right. He that exalted himself shall be abased. Okay.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't have. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions.
See, and with that pride, they didn't say, "Hey, look, NATO and the EU, y'all need us, man. We don't need y'all." Trump said that out his mouth. All right. Now, when you break friendships, all right, up, then you be left. You be left with the one that need help, man.
People, you're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this entire meeting, you said thank you.
Today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I answer?
No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't been alone.
You haven't been alone.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment.
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times.
Same issue with Netanyahu, the easy war in Ukraine. All right, you know, it's the same thing. It'll be very easy for Russia to take them over. So they look, America is on their high horse.
Except to American people.
And look at this J.D. Vance guy, right? Just as proud as the devil he's sitting next to. You know, and the law gonna do something to his ass too.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen.
Hey, and they lied to the people. You know, said that you know Ukraine was winning the war. Now you got it from the horse's mouth, right? Saying you're dying, you're buried. It would have been over with if it wasn't because of them, and etc. You know, so you know what the hell is really going on? You know, lies, deception.
You're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you can get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you say you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
Doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what
That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden. Who
Yeah, America don't have no business in the Middle East. They don't have no business in Israel. All right, man, you got to keep it at home, man. Take care of your own house. Here, America is frailing. You got homelessness at an all-time high. All right, debt is through the goddamn roof. All right, the house is dropping through, yet they not minding their house. They're in other people's land, man. Bases all over the country. Just weak as hell, man. Just how the Roman military fell. They was in every other people's business and they couldn't take care of home, man. You see? Now you arguing, all right, with the president of, you know, Ukraine, while as that's part of Russia. You know, you shouldn't even have no argument. You shouldn't even be sitting right there. Them people should be minding their business. Y'all should be minding y'all.
is not a smart person.
But
That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful. Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
There you go.
Watch what happens when a 50-year-old man walks DHT naturally for just 90 days. Day 1.
You know, this is just what it is, man. All right? They won't destroy America, man. Okay, these people, America done invaded these people's homes. Right, done covered their houses and fields, and made them, you know, enemies with their own people. All right, and it's just, you know, it's just time.
Qatar and UAE and Saudi, but also Bahrain, Oman, and Kuwait. But mainly those three countries are a massive rival to regional hegemony. You can't run the Middle East with strong Gulf states. And so they want the U.S. out. Israel wants the U.S. out of the Middle East, and they want to degrade those Gulf states. And I said that right to his face. And he said, yeah, I know.
And there you go. There you have it, right? I started off with Daniel 2, and I had jumped to 43. I'm going to start at 40. It says, and the four kingdoms shall be strong as iron, right? Wrong. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. Because the Roman military was known as it conquered the known world at that time. All right, in this area. All right, they was known for their strength. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. All right, that's when you obviously get into the Roman revised empire. All right, you know, this America. All right, NATO and the EU. All right, being enjoined, but they're gonna be divided. That's why it says, "But there shall be in the strength of the iron, for as much as thou saw iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet." The Roman revised were part of iron and part of clay. So the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken, because it's a lot of division amongst belief. You know what people want to do. All right, Israel and America. Okay, it says they want them out the Middle East because they've been all holy hell. All right, since they've been in other people's houses. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seeds of men. Right, different nations coming together. Right, dealing with each other, but they're not going to be on the same page, man. But they shall not cleave one to another. See, the regimes, the things that they want to do, they're going to all be, all right, against one another, man, because of treacherous dealings, man. Lies, peace treaty, trust, or the leg thereof, and amongst other things, even as iron is not mixed with clay. You see? Let me get this here. Let's go here. All right. Now I just get out of here, because that was the main point. All right. This is a revelation that I brought up. Everybody just hate the whore. You know, and that's gonna create the doom of Babylon. All right, Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon a beast, these shall hate the whore. See? These people hate the whore, man. No? They're going to pursue with hatred and detest the whore, man. You see? Britain going to confound them. The mother going to confound them. All right? They're going to turn against them. The allies of America going to turn against them. It says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's why he said you got beautiful oceans. All right? But he said y'all going to feel it in the future. You know, and that's biblical prophecy. You know, I just read it. America gonna feel the burn and the hell they brought on these other nations, man. They gonna feel the same fire in hell, man. You see? But that pretty much was the point. You know, I just wanted to get on that. Hey, you see, you know, these other nations hating the whore, and you can see it formulate, man, into what it's gonna be. All right, it's gonna ultimately lead to the great whore destruction, which is the daughter of Babylon, aka America, man. So I don't want to wrap this out. It was edifying. Till next time, I say shalom.